Yep. Let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Want me to flip?
Wireless one?
That is mic 1, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good to go? All right.
Mic 2? Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7:30 on this Monday, August 11th, and this is Do You Like It or Not? We have officially made it to week 3 of our new show. So first and foremost, thank you to everyone who has joined us for all 3 weeks, and thank you to everyone who continues to join and support us and weigh in on all of these topics. Now, I'll be honest with you, I feel a little overdressed today, but that was partially because I had to do like real news earlier today, and it has been a busy news day here in the nation's capital if you've been following along. And this week came in hot. I think it's safe to say a lot of people may have some opinions on the news of the day. So let's talk about how you can weigh in. All right, we've got a couple different ways. Of course, we are live on YouTube right now, so that comment section is officially open. Of course, we're behind the scenes on TikTok as well. We post our stories ahead of time on social media, so you can always respond on our broadcast channel. You can also slide into the DMs. Fox 5 producer Chris. Most importantly, though, we have our Lion Zoom room. You see the QR code on the screen right now. You can just take a picture of that. Join us live immediately. The meeting ID also on the screen, 892-0982. We've got some of our familiar faces in the Zoom room right now. And just a reminder, if you're in there, if you're watching now, keep your camera on so that we can see you and we can come to you at any given moment and hang out for the full half hour, if you don't mind, because we're going to check in with you. We're going to find out what's going on with you. We're going to check in with you from time to time. Of course, we also have some help here in studio as well. In addition to my virtual co-host, we like to have somebody here to hang out, keep me company a little bit. Today, Jimmy Merrill was kind enough to stick around. You may have just seen him over on Like It or Not. And if you did, I'd probably introduce him by the name you probably know him better as, and that's Family Guy Freak 28. Jimmy, come on in, Family Guy Freak 28. For the people who don't know what that means, do you mind explaining for just a quick second?
I was a freak for Family Guy.
He was a freak for Family Guy. It was also his AIM screen name because we were
Yes.
talking about AOL's dial-up, which finally went away after like, what, 30 years? It's ending?
Yeah, end of an era.
End of an era. We're going to talk about that coming up in a little bit. And I also am curious what your AIM names were, because if he was kind enough and brave enough to share his, I'm curious what your embarrassing ones were
Let's hear him.
as well. In the meantime, let's dive right in, and we're coming in hot, like I said tonight, because the big story in the nation's capital, that federal takeover of Washington, D.C. President Trump says he wants to make the nation's capital safe again. That was what he told us. He called it Liberation Day. Earlier today, he announced 2 new executive actions. One hands over control of D.C.'s police force to the federal government for the next 30 days. The other allows the president to deploy the National Guard to D.C. to assist the D.C. police. The president says crime is out of control in D.C., especially, he pointed the finger at youth crime. However, the stats, they don't exactly back that up, the ones that we have, because violent crime is down double digits over the last few years. So there are still a lot of questions about what this federal show of force will look like and how it will impact the city. In the meantime, though, D.C.'s mayor called the takeover unjustified, but she also admitted it's not a total surprise.
While this action today is unsettling and unprecedented, I can't say that given some of the rhetoric of the past that we're totally surprised. I can say to D.C. residents that we will continue to operate our government in a way that makes you proud.
So the D.C. Council called the takeover a, quote, manufactured intrusion on local authority. But we want to know what you think, because this show is all about you. We made it the topic of our Insta poll today. We actually put this up around 1:30 this afternoon for the first time. And the results, they have gone back and forth, but they have stayed pretty dead even. Do you support the federal takeover of D.C. police? 57% of people right now say yes. About 43% say no. If you want to weigh in, you can also scan the QR code at the top right of the screen as well. We did get a couple comments on this one as well. They went back and forth as well. Some people say they support it. They do want to see the city safer. Other people said they don't like the way the president went about it. We're going to check in our Zoom room in just a second. But Jimmy, I do want to start with you. I don't know if you live here in the nation's capital, if you are from the nation's capital, but the idea of this takeover, do you like it or not?
I do live here. I live in Navy Yard.
Trisha, you got to put your thing on mute.
Keep going.
And I don't know. I'm kind of split in between. I feel like maybe we didn't exhaust all options before a federal takeover. I think it was just very quick to do and forceful, but also crime is, an issue in every major city, so I'm not sure.
And the question a lot of people have is this just laying the foundation, and we're going to see this in some of our other major cities as well. Obviously, this is a heavier topic than we talk about here, just so you know. We have a lot more fun topics coming up, but I did just kind of want to see what our viewers out there, our Fox 5 viewers out there, thought about this and give them the chance to actually sound off on this. Allison, I know, is in the Lion Zoom room. She has joined us several nights now, so thank you so much for joining us. But I do want to get your opinion as someone who lives here in the nation's capital region, what you think of President Trump's plan to take over the DC police force.
I definitely don't like this at all. It seems like it's too much. It's very extra and more than it needs to be. And my thing is too, I think before these big decisions are made, I think that people deserve to see stats. Like, we need to know what the stats of crime are, because to my understanding, crime had been going down. And it's going to end up increasing anyway, because for one, all the federal workers are losing their jobs, people getting fired. How are they going to eat from one day to the next? A lot of people steal to eat. So to me, it's like a setup and a hamster wheel going around and around. But the thing is, it's like, instead of doing everything, the first thing you want to do is something that's just abusive and criminal. Just the way people are taken and treated like animals. I've lived in the DMV my entire life. I have never seen this type of violence, and it's just it's horrible. People are scared. Businesses are going to lose money because people aren't going to want to go out to eat. They're not going to want to go outside. It's going to be very different coming up. We're going to see some very negative things going on soon.
All right, Allison, thank you. I know Brent, is it Brent, who's also in our Lion Zoom room? Brent, are you watching from Alexandria, if I remember correctly?
Yes, sir, Alexandria.
All right, so this idea of President Trump wanting to take over DC's police force and make the city safe and beautiful again, do you like it or not?
I'm kind of on the fence because I see what he's trying to do with all the youth violence and like kids aren't being parented. But also it's going to make traffic worse than it already is. We already have a stat for the most traffic in the country, so that's one concern.
So you're worried this kind of surge in police and federal officials will just add more cars and more traffic to the city as well?
Right, as well as slowing and pulling people over. It's going to cause more congestion, I believe.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys weighing in on this. I know politics is a little heavier than we generally have talked about, but I know this hits home for a lot of people, and we did want to open up the floor and let people weigh in on this one. We do have a couple of other fun topics that we want to get to as well, because it's also back to school season, as I'm sure all of the parents out there know. And you may have seen videos like this all over your social media feed over the past week, and you may see many more on the way. We're talking about these elaborate sorority rush videos, massive choreographed dances, matching outfits, the works. And apparently these do not come cheap. And we're not just talking about the production value, we're talking about what goes into them. In fact, some parents are now hiring rush coaches or consultants to help their daughters get into these sororities. The Cut took a look at the phenomenon in a new article, and they profiled a woman named Trisha Addix. She's a full-time rush coach who employs an 18-person team of mentors that she pairs with clients. They spend at least 20 hours with each client. They maintain relationships with members of these sororities that people want to get into. Parents end up shelling out thousands of dollars for her experience and guidance. Supporters of this say it's no different than hiring pricey SAT tutors or elite driving instructors, and they say the tips won't only help them out in college, but also in life in general. So, Jimmy, I'm going to start with you. This idea of hiring a rush consultant to help you get into this sorority, spending thousands, do you like it or not?
I think it's a bit much. I would never, if I were a parent, I would never do that. If I were a student, I would never want my parents to do that. I just think it I don't understand why you would need your parents to assist in you joining a club or a community. Just, you should have your own social cues and do it on your own. And if you have to hire someone to help you get into that, maybe it's not the space for you.
Were you a member of any sort of Greek organizations when you
No,
were in college?
I was not.
Okay.
But they all loved me.
They all loved you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was very fond of them.
Some critics have accused this of not only buying friends, but then you're spending money to learn how to buy friends.
Right. I agree. I think you're already buying the friends in a sorority or a fraternity, so you might, I don't know. Maybe this is not for you if you have to hire a coach.
All right, I see Deb is in the Zoom room. Deb, before I find out your opinion on this hiring someone to help you rush a sorority, first I have to ask, how was Vegas?
Oh my God, it was amazing. Thanks for asking.
Of course.
Backstreet Boys they brought it. It was incredible.
I was just going to say, if you are just joining us, if you were not tuned in on Friday, Debbie joined us live from Las Vegas because she was going to see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere over the weekend, and I am insanely jealous. But we'll talk about that later. Deb, in the meantime, this idea of paying someone to help your children learn how to rush a sorority. I know you have all boys, but do you like this idea or not?
I think it makes for a great teen rom-com, but I don't think it's necessary. Parents' money can be used somewhere else, but I think it's a little over the top.
All right, well, you should probably start writing that before someone beats you to it. Allison, I want to come back to you. The idea of paying for your kids to not only join these Greek organizations and make their friends that way, but paying someone to teach them how to. Do you like that or not? And do you see the kind of equivalent to like hiring an SAT tutor? Is it the same thing?
First, I don't like it. No, it is not the same thing. You know how I am, Chris. I'm a money saving type of person. Who is going to spend all that money for that? And you know what? Can we think about the people that don't always have money all the time? They get left out of everything. Like, I love the production and getting out there and doing your little dance and the whole thing. That's cute. Can somebody teach them to do that for free? We don't need a whole thing. It's just another organization trying to get money that only the rich people are allowed to get into. And it's ridiculous. They should do away with that immediately.
All right, well, you guys can keep weighing in on these first two topics on our YouTube comments section. In the meantime, I do have one more for you. And we know life can be busy, all right? That's not a shock to anyone this day and age. It can be hard to balance things like work, life, the gym, and your love life. But some companies are now offering some perks that may make it a little easier. That's where Tinder Leave comes in. A marketing firm in Thailand went viral after it added this to their work perks. Basically allows employees to take time off from work to date. Staffers were also gifted subscriptions to the dating app. Fans of the policy say it's all about making sure employees take time outside the office to foster connections. So Jimmy, I'm gonna call a spade here. Paying people at work to take time off to get busy. Do you like that idea or not?
I mean, it's different. It's new. Morale will probably be up. I don't see why not.
Okay, so he likes it. He likes it so far. I saw Freddie in our Lion Zoom room. Freddie, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but this idea of Tinder Leave, do you like it or not?
Say that I'm not much of a Tinder guy.
You're not a
But
Tinder guy, but if your company offered you days off to date, do you like that? Do you think that's a good work perk?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, liking that.
That's not your thing. All right, so at the same time, a new Business Insider article claims more and more Gen Z employees are actually looking for office romances as they head back to work. Jimmy, do you like that idea? Is that a terrible, or is that the proverbial don't, where you eat idea?
Yeah, I don't, the office romance is a little weird. I think it muddies the waters, it gets messy, so I'm not.
So he's a thumbs down on that one. Allison, the idea of Tinder Leave or dating a coworker, do you like either of those two ideas?
I am loving the Tinder Leave. I am just starting to date right now. And when I saw that, I was like, let me text my boss right now. Boss lady, I need some Tinder Leave, girl. I like it. I love Tinder Leave. I'm about to take some Tinder Leave this week, Chris. Okay.
All right,
I love it.
We're
I
gonna
love
check
it.
back in and hear how that went for you. In the meantime, hang tight. We do have much more coming up. In the meantime, you've heard the phrase, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yes.
Apparently that's a terrible trade-off because you could be making a lot more money, at least according to one new article. We're going to talk all about that and much more coming up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Though.
Right now.
Love to see it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Fox 5's Do You Like It or Not? I'm producer Chris. We have about 13 minutes left in the show. I promised that we would check the YouTube comments. I promise it every night, and then half of the time I forget. So let's dive right in and see what we've got coming up. Right now, Dennis Ray just has a big question mark and says no sound. Bummer. I don't know. We can see the sound on our end, so it might be on yours. Usually it's our fault. Molly Sawilla Smith, my AIM name was Twinkly Eyes 29. That is my wife. I just learned that for the first time. Twinkly Eyes 29. That is going to haunt you for the rest of our marriage. Let's see. Flaxacillin. This isn't even a conversation. The President of the United States has no authority to do this. Cold Spring says, yes, he does. I love when an argument breaks out in the YouTube comment section.
Nothing goes wrong when that happens.
Nothing, ever. You hear Jim Loke just joined us live as well. So, Jim, before we dive into our next story, I do want to ask you, what was your AIM screen name? We've got Family Guy Freak 28, Twinkly Eyes 29.
But it says something about how clearly how young he is, because I was on AOL back in the day when it was 10 characters and that was it.
Oh,
okay.
So it was Loke 98, L-O-K-E, Loke. 98 was the year I graduated high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we
that
know
was it.
Loke 98,
Loke 98.
Family Guy Freak, Twinkly Eyes.
Who's your favorite Family Guy character, though?
Stewie, of course.
Of course. Mine was Bo Duke. And there was a number at the end that I can't remember, but I was a huge fan of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Okay.
Hold it against me.
As somebody from Eastern Pennsylvania would be. That's more of a Central Pennsylvania thing. If you know, you know.
I know exactly what you're talking about. So let's talk about something completely different, and we're going to talk about self-care.
Okay.
Because most people wouldn't even bat an eye if you told them you were going to get a massage or a facial. However, what if you were going to go get your back scratched? How much would you be willing to spend on it? According to Allure, demand for professional back scratching services skyrocketing. The first professional back scratching business launched back in 2010 in Miami. The sisters behind it say business really took off recently, though, thanks to what else? TikTok.
Okay.
They charge $130 a session. Other spas charge even more. Sessions generally run about 60 minutes, and the founders say clients fly in from all over the world.
Really?
Spas have started adding this service more and more. They're also adding some ASMR elements to it.
Yeah.
You can get your hair brushed while someone whispers in your ear. And people pay big money for this. We posted about this one on our broadcast channel. Sharon weighed in. She says, no, I have my grandma's old back scratcher, and it works great. We also got a lot of emojis on this one. People giving like the question mark face. People giving the heart. Other people just giving the what? And I love all of that, but comments work a lot better for us in the future. Jim,
Right.
since you're joining us now, I'll start with
Yeah.
you. Getting your back scratched.
No, I will contort myself against a wall, like a corner of the
Like
wall.
a bear.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's
will
like
do,
a bear
I will do
scratching
that.
his back.
I will do that, but I wouldn't pay somebody. But I get the occasional massage. I don't mind that. It's not a matter of somebody,
Just somebody whisper in your ear while they.
That's creepy.
I agree.
That's really creepy.
That's just us.
Yeah.
Jimmy?
Am I getting
Back
booed?
scratching.
I do
You're
like
booing the idea
okay,
of
okay,
paying,
gotcha.
but possibly yes.
getting your back scratched is nice, but I wouldn't pay someone to do it. That doesn't feel right.
These two women say they got the idea for this because every night before their mom went to bed,
Yeah.
they would scratch her back.
See, I think that was as a kid. It was like, but I think as an adult, you take it into your own hands.
Yeah.
Deb's in the Lion Zoom room. Deb, the idea of paying someone to scratch your back, do you like this or not?
I do not. I like massages. You know what? But my husband, your cousin, loves to have his head scratched and his back scratched. It gives me the chills. I don't really like it.
Allison's in the Lion Zoom room. Do you like the idea of paying someone to scratch
Oh.
your back for you?
No, let me tell you. First, you asked the right person. Look what's happening here. Okay, I will
Ooh, we
scratch
see
your
those
back.
nails.
I will whisper in your ear. All of that. Okay, you just gave me a new idea, Chris. Y'all call me. I will come scratch you up. I got you, and I'll whisper in your ear.
Okay, Allison, how much?
Yes?
How often do you get your nails done?
I'm a nail technician. I do my nails probably once a week.
There you go.
Okay. The thing that fascinates me about this is people will pay to get their hair like blown out. They will pay to get their nails or toenails done. They will pay to get a foot rub. But all of a sudden we just throw in like scratching an itch.
But I think that's easy to do. You can accomplish it on your own. I think when you want that deep tissue massage, that makes sense to pay somebody money to do that.
Let us know. Weigh in on that YouTube comment section. Keep the conversation going. In the meantime, let's talk about AI.
Okay.
Okay, it's everywhere these days. We know that. Most experts say it's best used as a tool to help humans, whether it's write a cover letter, a resume, answer a question. But what about using it in an argument with a loved one or for relationship advice is the question. One NPR writer recently admitted that she tried to use a chatbot as a couples counselor.
No.
And she's far from alone. Apparently half of Gen Z uses AI for dating advice. Everything from uploading screenshots of text threads for dissection to gauging long-term compatibility to crafting their sext messages. Fans of it say artificial intelligence is objective and it helps avoid making an emotion-based decision. Critics say most AI bots still have a built-in bias. So Jim, I feel like Jim and Jimmy, okay, we'll start with you.
Okay.
Do you like this idea or not?
No. I think, first of all, I believe when you put stuff out into the ether, when you are feeding the AI beast, and trust me, I'm guilty of that myself sometimes, but I'm not putting my personal business out there. More importantly, if you're using it to craft your sexts, and somebody has a problem with the ellipses, or not the ellipses, with the M dash, the M dash,
the Oxford comma. I'm more of an Oxford comma man myself.
Well, if somebody's analyzing, if they pick up on that, imagine how embarrassing that would be. You're sending naughty text messages to somebody, and they pick up that because you were using the M dash, used AI. Yeah.
Jimmy,
I'm all for this. No one knows me like ChatGPT does, so I think.
What do you use it for?
I use it for everything.
Okay.
I like make graphics, everything from work, emails, spreadsheets, everything.
Okay.
It does it all.
The thing that worries me about this, and I want to get to the Lion Zoom room here in just a second, is but all of these things are the things you used to make your friends do for you. You would upload your conversation with someone you were having a conversation with, and you would ask them to weigh in on it. You would ask them whether you're compatible with your partner, or you would ask them to help you maybe send something a little on the X-rated side. And now we're asking robots to do it.
Keep your business to yourself.
Make some friends.
Keep your business to
Make
yourself.
some friends. All right, I see Patricia's been hanging out in the Zoom room, but her camera's not on, so I'm putting you on the spot. If you turn yours on, we would love to bring you into the conversation. But in the meantime, Deb's still hanging out. Deb, the idea of using AI as a couples counselor, do you like this or not?
I've read too many creepy stories of people taking AI too far, like falling in love with ChatGPT, like having this weird relationship with this AI, whoever or whatever is writing back to you. I think I think nothing replaces like a real human. I'm still into that. yeah, I don't really agree with using ChatGPT or any sort of AI for that kind of relationship. As you know, to help write a cover letter, sure, but
Yeah.
I think that's taking it a little too far.
All right, I'm going to call on Allison again. And part of the reason that I keep calling on Deb and Allison, just so Brent and Freddie know, it's because you got 3 guys already standing up here. So we do need to add some female perspective
That's
to
right.
this. So Allison, this idea of using AI as a couples counselor to help you write sext messages or to kind of establish what's going on between you and a significant other, do you like that or not?
No, that's so ridiculous. Because
you.
first of all, if you need some type of robot to type a sex message, you are not sexy. What happens when you go to the bedroom? Is the robot coming there too? I don't think so. It's ridiculous. Like who would do that? Oh, that is so whack. That is horrible. Whoever's doing this.
All right, well,
need
you
help.
just-
GPT, would you make a sexy text message for me?
Tell them to send it to me. Let me see what they say.
While Jim is getting his, sexy message going, Brent, I saw you laughing at Allison's comment. Do you like this idea of using ChatGPT and AI to help in your love life?
No, sir, absolutely not. It sounds weird.
Yeah, this is
Really weird.
this is like we're on like a 5 for 5 right here. This
Yeah.
is a
Right.
very rare instance. All right, speaking of 5, we have a little less than 5 minutes left, and I do want to get this next story in. You guys know seltzer everywhere. Everywhere you go, whether it's the hard seltzers or whether it's just the La Croix out there and all the other ones. Also, protein-based snacks. Also huge right now. So it seemed inevitable. It's only a matter of time until they combined. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Costco now selling a line
What?
of protein seltzers. Jim's ears just perked up because he is our resident Costco expert. It's made by a company called Genius Gourmet, seemingly perfect for anyone who hates the traditional protein shake. The fizzy drink packs 30 grams of protein per can. The company says they use an ultra-filtered whey protein to achieve this smooth soda-like mix. This is perfect for anyone who doesn't really like that like chalky, milky,
Yeah.
powdery kind. But Jim, this idea of protein being in absolutely everything we eat and drink, snacks, everything.
Right.
Do you like this idea or not?
I like the idea. So there's a protein water I think that I've tried it before, and it has like a very faint yogurty taste to it. I think it kind of that's where it gets the protein from. I'd try it. I don't know if I'd like it, but that's the problem. You buy it at Costco, you're in for you buy
Yeah.
a 24
Yeah,
pack of
you're-
it, you're stuck with it. So I mean, I would start with one. If you give me the sample of Barb with the samples on a Sunday has a tray full of them, sure I'll try them, but I'm not going to buy them until I get a little taste.
Jimmy?
I think I like for protein shakes or anything, I chug them. So I think that would be very hard to like. If it doesn't taste good,
Right.
and it tastes chalky, like that, you chug them because no one likes that chalky taste. So if it does have like a yogurty or a weird taste,
Yeah.
it's really hard to chug seltzer. I can
Yeah, you'd be burping.
I can confirm.
I will just be the one to admit that I'm going to be the one who's going to use it as a mixer, and then inevitably I'm going to be getting my protein and my alcohol
There
at
you
the
go.
exact same time. I already combined my, what do you call it, caffeine and alcohol.
Yeah,
So now,
sure, why
I mean, I will just be the pinnacle of health in that sort of case. Allison, this idea of fizzy protein drinks, do you like it or not?
No, thank you to that, because there's other sources where you can get protein. You don't need to mix that into the seltzer. Let's leave some things alone. Okay.
I get it, but at the same time, there seems to be a demand for it. We've got protein pasta out there. This reminded
it's
me
not
of a song that I saw on Instagram one time, and I felt obligated to bring it back. Jim.
I love this guy.
Just let a brownie be a brownie. It just dawned on me for a second here that in addition to these 3 white guys sitting here,
I was thinking the same
what you
thing.
can't see is I have Jim, Jimmy, and producer Jim over
That's
here.
right. Yeah,
Did you
exactly.
see,
JJ.
this is totally unrelated. We have 1 minute left, but Ryan Fitzpatrick had posted last week that he was going through his phone because he wanted to text a guy named Matt,
Yeah.
and he had 29 Matts in
A
his
lot of
phone.
Matts out there.
What is the number 1 name you probably have in your phone?
It might very well be Matt.
It might be Matt?
very
What
well
about
be
you,
Matt.
Jimmy?
I feel like Nick. I
I'm
know a lot
convinced
of
more than
Nicks.
ever that for me it might be Jim at this point. James, Jimmy, Jimothy, if you will.
Jimothy's
the more,
not my real
the
name.
more formal.
I've went through that before.
Timothy. not his real name. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the Lion Zoom room once again. Our third week of Do You Like It or Not here on Fox 5. Spread the word, please. We want to see new faces. We want to see all of you back here again tomorrow night. Jimmy, producer Jim, thank you guys all for joining us tonight here on Fox 5's Do You Like It or Not. We'll do it again tomorrow night, Tuesday, 7:30. We'll see you guys then.
You're out.
All right.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate it so much.
Thank
Jim,
you.
it was a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
I love that the